Hello and welcome to another midweek Wardy's Waffle Farm update. This time of year is always good for seeing how successful or otherwise your weed control has been throughout the year, because with the crops now approaching ear emergence, any problem weeds start to emerge over the top of the crop. We've got two fields. This one to the side of me is one of them. We've got some problem weeds occurring, and also one in front of me as well. This is on the light land on Lincolnshire Heath. So we look at that and just see what we can do with it. Also, Ruben has been putting the main flag leaf sprays on the winter wheats, and they give over 50% of the yield in this harvest. It's the most important fungicide we give on any of the winter wheats. Tom has been helping Ruben with the Bowser and really improving the work rates. So we take a look at that and a detailed look at the Bowser and how it's constructed. And then also, lastly, we are in the middle of demolishing one of the houses, or the main farmhouse at the farm that we're going to rebuild. We took the PVC windows out of there. We put them on on Facebook Marketplace a week or so ago, and somebody from Cornwall has actually bought some of these. So Michael Bailey has offered very kindly to take these down to us, down to Cornwall, and has been delivering some trailers down there. So we're in Bailey's yard loading up the windows and also looking at one or two of the trailers that Bailey's are building. They build at the moment around about 35 trailers per week, which is a phenomenal amount, and great local company here in Lincolnshire who really supportive of farmers in the region. So we take a look at that as well. Anyway, without any more from me, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this midweek update, and here we go. I'm in one of our fields of spring oats, and this is in the land on the light land on the Lincolnshire Heath where we had sugar beet. But I'm just in a patch here, a bit disappointed with the germination here. It's just a bit thin, and I don't know why, because it went in really well. When you look there, there's a few gaps in there. Ruben's just spraying at the minute. We're putting a bit of a mixture. We're putting the first fungicide on, growth regulator, and also some trace elements. Magnesium's the main one. And yeah, just a bit disappointed with how thin these are. I don't know whether it's like it all over the field. I didn't think it was. We're using some what we call some low drift nozzles, the air induction nozzles, and they give a coarser droplet, but the droplets have air in them, and when they hit the leaves they actually then sort of explode, but because they've got air in them, they're slightly heavier and they're less prone to drift, which is obviously something we want to avoid. Yeah, I'm not very happy with these. Looking here, they should be better than that. Good coverage. It's on the headland now, on the edge of the field, the outside, and this is much more even, much better, which quite often the outsides aren't as good, but because of the way we do it, and drilling the headlands last, our external parts of the field normally are as good as the middles, but here, looking at this, it's actually better. So yeah, when you look down there, it is. But anyway, we'll see what they yield this coming harvest. We've got a slight weed problems developed in one of our fields on the heath on the light land. This is a weed called Burr Chervil, and you can just see it there coming up above the crop, various patches dotted about. It's just becoming a bit more of a problem in this field. Anyway, we've added a herbicide to deal with that. It's called Scruffy, and we're just putting the T2s, or our flag leaf herbicides, on, and we're using, hang on a minute, I'll just get out of the way. The active ingredient of Scruffy is metsulfuron ethyl and fluroxapar, for those of you who aren't familiar with our chemical names. And the fungicide we've got in this mix is the two fungicides, and it's Pectiga, which is one of the Innotrek new fungicides, and Velogy Plus, and that's in a sort of co-formulated pack. You have to use the two together. That's it, that's the GPS, switch that off. That's this field finished. It's only 13 hectares. Also, just note, I'm not too happy with this field with the barley that's showing. You can see there, got barley volunteers, and it's not in the seed because we've got two different varieties in here. Look at these barley volunteers waving above the cropper. Just an untidy, scruffy looking field. We've got our own seed on part of the field that was treated from new seed from last year, and then we've also got some new seed that's come from some breeders in the middle of the field. So you can just see I'm in the patch now where there's new seed should be, so there shouldn't be any barley in the seed, but I know occasion do get it. So I think this barley here you can see waving about was in the ground, but it's interesting. I don't know how it's come to grow in the crop, because last year this field was spring oats, so it hasn't been spring barley for a while, but looks very tatty. And the worst thing about this field is it looks out from the front of our house, so out the bedroom window and the kitchen window, so I'm always looking onto this field. And of course we've got tipping as well, which you can see from the nitrogen that we've applied. Anyway, Ruben's just now finishing going out into going back down to the other farm, so that's the 2 weeks on the light land done. Also, this is the sterile brome that's coming out the crop that I showed you about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So with the rain we had last night, we had 9 millimeters of rain on Thursday night. This will pull quite easily, so we'll just, and you can see there we are, that's the centre of the plant down there. So pull that up like that, grab the base of it slowly, and that pulls the whole of those plants out the ground. So we'll just put those down there, take those off. Another one there. Lots of these there we go, there's another one. Pull slowly, it pulls so much better this saw with having the rain. Look at all the seed heads on it. Just found another patch of this sterile brome in a field of wheat. You can just see here all the light colour of it waving about there, and just looking close up. Seed heads. If I pull a plant up, thank you Nala, pull that plant up there, like, thank you Nala. Is that good? So just pull a plant up here. Only short ones these are. It has had a pre-emergence or a herbicide in the autumn, but it's not controlled these. Bit concerned about this. This patch will either need spraying out with glyphosate to kill it, which of course means killing the wheat as well. But that's what we've done with blackgrass for years when we have patches like this, and we've got rid of blackgrass. But this brome now is starting to become a bit more of an issue. And you get to a level where when you try and hand pull it with a team of people that we have, there's a level where you can't, it's unrogable. Hand roguing is what we call it. And this is at that level because you end up trampling more down than you actually pull, when you can see. So yeah, need to have a, you can see there this wheat's not very high. There's little Frankie, and it's only just above, a bit more than the height of her, and it's already coming out in ear. If you look at that. So yeah, that's the ear of the wheat coming out. Yeah, I'm not too happy with some. You can see now what it looks like waving about. Not good at all. I'm in one of our spring oat fields, and this is next door to the direct drilling plots where Tom got stuck with the Polaris yesterday in the dike end, which was just at that corner, so up there. Just looking here, this is direct drilled into stubble and looking really well, just a tad thin in a place or two, but generally looking really good. So I'm pleased with these, nice and healthy. You can see lovely healthy plants. Skylark singing as well. Oh, I can see him there just above that. I don't know whether you can, just above those somewhere up there. He is in the middle of the camera. He's gone now. Anyway, down here, just pull some roots up there. Look at the lovely roots there. Nice moisture with the rain we had last night. Look at that root there going right the way down. Really healthy looking plants here. Yield potential of these is a lot less than normal spring oats. These, if they get to 6 tonne a hectare, that's a really good yield. So that's what, 2¼ tonnes to the acre. 2.5 tonnes to the acre, somewhere there. So yeah, it's really good yield, and that's what ours have done the last couple of years. But I think it's because we're still going around the farm for the first time, so a lot of these fields have never had oats before, so that's why they're yielding well. But yeah, pleased with this. And then got our village in the background. That's one of our fields of sugar beet there, and at the very top of the hillside a winter bird food plot. Real rank yellow clay up there, so that's why we have that in there's 5 acres there in the winter bird food plot. So we've got sugar beet just in front, in the middle of the screen, and we've got sugar beet just there as well, just through there. So yeah, that's the Lincoln Cliff Edge as it's known. Just about to fill the bowser up and put some mixed chemical in the front part of the tank there from the water that's in the back part. So Tom's just going to start the engine up. We can fill it all at the back here. So that's the can rinse. So this one just sends a jet of water out. That one actually spins round inside the can and rinses the can out. So we're putting on, that's the product we're putting on. And this comes with a co-pack. You mix it with this one. Now, that's the one that this year there's 1 or 2 problems with sprayer diaphragms and seals. They say it's affecting them, but we're all right at the minute. We're putting 150 litres of water on per hectare to try and help the situation. But yeah, really good outfit this is. It helps us a lot and improves the sprayer capacity enormously. So we're on at the minute mixed tank, so here it's taking water from the main tank into the mixer tank there, and then we've got induction hopper here, and that's how we're using this. Tom's just rinsing the can out, or the jug out, and then we can just alter these and shut those off with these valves here, and then start them like that, and it just takes it all the way through the pipes right into the front tank, and then we'll take it down to the sprayer. We've got this 3-inch pipe here, big pipe that will then pump it straight into the sprayer, and it takes about 4 to 5 minutes to put another batch in the 4,000 litre tank in the sprayer. They're really good cans these, because you've got the measurements on the side so you can see what's in the can, and then this shows you how the rinse nozzle works, forcing the water up right up to the base of the can. You can see it there, rinsing all the inside of the can, and then finish it off on this one. That gets the can really clean. We're also, besides the fungicides we're putting in down there, we're also putting some trace elements in, and this is a powder, but it's really good here because there's so much pressure in this induction hopper that just disappears and goes up into the tank. And this is a whole mixture. This is what's in this trace elements. So you've got magnesium, sulphur, potash, boron, zinc, molybdenum, a whole range of it. It's brilliant, that is, for the plants. Now onto the walkway of the bowser. We'll just lift this lid up and you'll see it, the front tank. This one, remember, is completely separate to the other tank. There we go, you can see it coming in. So that is all mixed up, fungicide and trace elements, all ready to go straight into the sprayer. So the front tank compartment is from there to there, completely separate. Then from there all the way to the back is one tank. And if we go in here, we might be able to see it in here. Open this up. That's full of water in there. And then that's been pulled through from there, through into the induction hopper, mixed with the chemical, and then back into this one. That's it. It's still going in there at the minute, but we'll get 4,000 litres in there instead of 5, so it's really good because our sprayer's 4,000 litres. And then that just slides underneath out the way, locks in place. Got runners up there. Switches the tap off, and that's now fast fill. You just heard the engine change tune, and that's filling it a lot quicker now because it's not going through the induction hopper. So it's water out there, through the pipes, into the tank at the front. And here we are. This is the level of the mixer tank. You see now, there's the 4,000 mark, and then of course we've got nearly just over 9,000 in the main tank. So Tom's putting in 3,750. You can see how quick that's filling. That's it. Switched off the engine. There's the key, the electric start key there for the engine. That's it, all ready now to go down to Ruben. So Ruben's just finished this field. Beauty of this setup, and where the outlet is on the Bowser and the fill port of the sprayer is, don't have to fold the booms in to fill. Open all the valves, make sure they're right. So we need it from the mixed tank, pumping out. That's undone under there, straight, and that's undone in the sprayer. Start the engine. So it's that one that will move. Just have a look at going in. So that's how much it wants in the tank, 3,950, and it'll switch off automatically when it gets there. That's what's in the tank at the minute, coming out of the Bowser. That's it, that's emptied it and transferred it all into the sprayer. That's it, you can tell by the sound of the engine. And then just use the coupling here, that's coupled with the air tank, and use the air pressure to clear this pipe all into the sprayer. So that empties the pipe for us. So it's really handy having air brakes on this Bowser. That's it, that's the pipe empty, sprayer full. Ready to go in another field. If you're wondering about sprayer safety and spraying outside, like over there, we've got the perimeter switched on inside the cab so it won't spray outside the field. See there, that end nozzle's not on. That's because it's mapped and it knows where the edge of the field is. Just arrived at Bailey Trailers. This is round the back, and Michael has very kindly offered to take some windows for me that have come out of the house. Here's the lorries loading up. I think there's another one due in at the minute. So I will just park up here out the way. And these are the windows that I'm going to put on the low loader. So it's not these lorries, it's one that's not back yet. Always good here seeing the amount of trailers that they sell and the build. You can go all over the country with them. This is how they load them up. Now they're on a first visit to Bailey Trailers, having a bit of a look round. Which one do you think we ought to have then, Nala? So just altering the length of the low loader so they can get more.
A bit more. Whoa.
That's done it. Fantastic. It's interesting, you've got to watch that. Obviously got the lounge room for the lorry to turn. So trailer. So this one's loaded up, ready for Monday morning. As is this one. Set of mud guards now need to go on this one. This one's heading to Norfolk. So this is the first one, so I think we're going to put them between the axles on this trailer here. Put them on the front here. The windows are going to the same farm. And then the person who's bought the windows is going to come and pick them up from this farm in Cornwall. That's it, this is the last one. So that's the 3 windows on. We'll see if they get there in one piece. Now putting this other one on. That's it. So they take the bracket off with all the pipes and the wires and things on, otherwise they'll not get the trailers on. They only just fit on 2 on like that, and that's why they have to extend it there. So they're just putting some blocks under there to take the weight. And then I'll strap it down and put a marker board on the end.
Okay, Mal.
That's it. So that platform is to go on this trailer. You can see the brackets there and there, because that sheet there has a handle, so you climb up onto the thing, and to pull that sheet on, you roll that, turn that wheel and roll the sheet over. So that's what the gantry there is for, to climb up. So that is how the gantry will look, and it will fit to operate in that sheet. So a couple of... Yes, it will be good. Thank you, Michael. So we've got a couple of 16-ton root trailers and 5 double glazed windows. I bet you don't do that very often.
Mate, some favours. I wonder how much it's going to pay.
A beer in about an hour. That's it. You've got to just fasten all that down now. Put a marker board on the back there, the same as that one, and that's ready to go. So there's the platform. So you drop that step down, walk up there onto there, grab hold of that wheel, roll it over, and that pulls the sheet over the top, rather than having straps. Can't see any here that gone. Rather than having straps that you pull over from the other side. That's it, just leaving here. There's a huge number of tyres in there. All the trailers virtually lined up. So I just hope Michael will now open the barrier for me. See what he does. That's it, job done. See now whether the windows get there in one piece. So that's it for this midweek update. Thank you very much for those of you who came back with some suggestions last week on how we deal with the block grills and our floor dry. We are looking at that, and we'll have a further update on that in a week or two. So that's it for this midweek. We'll be back on Sunday morning as always. So thank you for watching. Please click like and subscribe, and we'll see you next Sunday.